Hello, hi,
Woo!
Sister
Good
Jacob.
evening. We made it. We made it. We made it. We made it. Right.
How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
Same. Just got back from Melbourne. What a trip, but I'm happy to be here.
That's fantastic. Yes, you were telling me all about your journey in the background, and it's amazing. You're so active. A lot of things are happening in your life, and this is what we are here to kind of like get the goss of the truth, and just hear you speaking it out. But anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our show tonight. I am very excited to have a wonderful lady join this program tonight. I don't know, to me, she's just a breath of fresh air. I love her story. I love her ambience. I love everything about her, and I'm really honored that you came tonight. So thank you so much, Susan. Um, but before we get into the reason why we're here, we're just going to quickly introduce ourselves. So my name, Rujeko. I come from Zimbabwe. I am a mother of two. I am a registered nurse, and yes, a passionate and growing digital business owner. I'll have my guest introduce herself. Over to you, Susan.
Thank you, Sister Jacob. Firstly, thank you for having me here. Since the last time we talked was some months ago, so I'm
Yes.
grateful to be here. My name is Susan, originally from Papua New Guinea, but currently I live and work in Adelaide. I started my business 10 months ago, and so far there's been like growth. So many blessings I have seen in this journey for the last 10 months. I work full time, I have a full time job, and I do this business as a plan B. So I run it during the weekend, after hours, during my lunchtime. Yes, so thank you for having me.
Wow, fantastic. Definitely, you have really grown in a short space of time. And that's something we want to get into because it's a question that we have a lot from our prospective business partners. They always ask, so how long, before I start seeing results, you know? And you're just such a great example of that. But before we go into your account and your story, I don't know if you are comfortable, just to chew in a little bit, just a little bit of the sides. You don't have to go deep, but tell us just a brief history. Who is Susan?
Okay, yes, those who know me will know who I am, but I know I have followers and viewers who do not know me.
Yeah.
I actually worked in the bank in PNG in Papua New Guinea, one of the leading commercial banks,
Mhm.
for 16 years. And then I decided to quit because I was looking to come for studies in Australia.
Wow.
So I decided to come here for studies as
Yeah.
a self sponsored student,
Wow.
paid my own fees, and I came here for studies. And work job opportunity found me. So I managed to get a job here and I am based here. So it's been like 10 years now. I've been always in Adelaide, studied in Adelaide and lived in Adelaide here for the last like 10 years. April is the 10th year of being
Oh.
here. So yeah, that is a
Oh.
bit about me. I was actually working in the bank as an auditor in the audit department. So I remember I did a post in one of my recent posts. I said from being an auditor who questions everything to finally starting my own online business. So yeah, that is yeah, that is about
Mm.
me.
Wow. You know when you always say that you came as a student, I always feel like, oh, maybe you've been here a short amount of time. I didn't realize it's actually been a decade that you've been
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
And you linking that story to you being an auditor, and of course you being skeptical for 3 years. Now,
Yep.
I'm just gonna give our audience a bit of background because I want them to follow us through very nicely. So, a couple of days ago, I had Susan's mentee on the show, and she's somebody who we've nicknamed Silent Eagle because she's doing extremely well, but very quietly, So that's how
Yep.
she is, And we were talking, and we were reaching towards the end of the program, and I don't know, you just came into my mind, and I said, you know what, we've got people who are sitting in the fence, people like your mentee Susan. And I said, speak to to the skeptical Susans out there. And so that's how we got to call, skeptical Susan on the program today.
I love that.
and we just want you to speak out. We want you to share your story, and the backbone of the story is, you were silently watching. You were not even commenting, you were not even speaking or anything. For 3 years you were stalking stalking your mentee and your coach. Tell us a little bit about that. We want to hear this.
Yeah. Thank you, Rijeko. I don't know if I should call myself skeptical Susan or skeptical queen. I don't know what I can call myself. If you
Yes.
talk about skepticism,
Yeah.
that's me. I'll put my hands up.
Yeah. Yeah.
3+ years ago, Coach Alberta's post kind of came up on my newsfeed, Facebook feed. And I was like, oh, this is a Papua New Guinean and she's doing an online business. What kind of business is that? So I've been like following her. When I
But you
go
didn't
to,
trust her. Can I just
it's online business. When it comes
Yes.
to online business, the audit hat is already on. Like,
Yes. The audits,
that
yes.
is the
What
S
what
word comes.
what what's going through your mind as you're auditing?
It's about ensuring that what we are checking is correct.
Yeah.
We prove to
Yeah.
make sure that what we are checking is actually the real thing
Yeah.
and not any fake
Yeah.
things involved. It's right. So it's
Yeah.
all about, questioning everything that we see or we check,
Yeah.
because in audit, we do not use the word trust. Trust is not a
Right.
control that we usually
Ah.
say. I mean, being an auditor, trust is not a control. So you
Wow.
cannot bring trust in and say, oh, this is a control mechanism that I can use when I'm doing auditing.
Ah.
Everything that you check
These
has to have a
questions.
question. Yeah. You have
Wow.
to do your verification to make sure that this is correct and it's
Legitimate.
true before you can do
Yeah.
your reporting. So,
Right.
and
Wow.
online, we try our best to educate our customers not to involve in online businesses,
Right.
because there are so many
Right.
scams and frauds. So when they
So I
come,
get it. You were going against yourself when you were watching Coach and you were watching Mentor. It was against everything you ever believed in.
correct, yes.
Yeah. 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 No, I love it. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So for me, when I saw Coach Alberta talking about this online business, and I'm like, oh, what kind of business? So I took note of her business page.
Mm.
So I would search. I did not follow her page. I search, and it's in my search history in
Wow.
Facebook. So I know regularly she's posting. So what I do is I will just go click on the search history and
Yeah.
then go to her page. I make sure I must not accidentally press like or react. I must make sure I scroll
Yeah.
scroll
Yeah.
with care. Like I
Yeah.
would say, that's what I've been
Mm.
doing.
Wow.
And the next minute I'm like, this is Frida.
Uh-huh.
Like Frida is, when she comes and introduces herself, she is from where I come from. I'm
Right.
like, okay, and she lives in Queensland.
Mm,
And I'm like, okay, this is someone from my own, very own province. And she
mm.
looks familiar, but trying to connect where I met Frida, I couldn't even remember. So
Oh,
now I have 2 pages to stalk.
this is after how many years? So
Yeah,
first year.
yeah, it was Coach Alberta, and I think
Yeah,
probably a year or so. And then
yeah.
all of a sudden, I'm seeing Frida in that
Frida.
live, like they
Yeah,
usually come live. And
together.
then,
Yeah.
like, I'm seeing those lives, like, for the last 2 years, like, I would say 2 years up. And I'm like, okay, this is Frida. And then now I have 2 pages to stalk. So I made sure they are in my searches. Rojeko, yeah, I mean, now I'm looking back and I'm like, what was I trying to prove? Like,
You were auditing. You were you were doing your due diligence. That's
yeah,
good.
I think so. But
Yeah.
I was learning,
Yeah.
like in the background, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm watching and I'm like, these people are educated, they are professionals, like they are employed, they have a job. Like,
What?
why would
Yes.
they come and show up here and talk about this business if it is not real? Like,
Mm.
but I was still waiting for that assurance somewhere. I don't know what I was waiting
Something,
for.
some miracle to happen, like
Yes,
something to really prove that no trust is going to happen between us and these people.
yes.
I know.
Yeah, yeah. So that was it. Like, even
Wow.
I was learning behind the scene. I was still like waiting for that moment, I guess.
Yeah.
And bringing Coach Meresini, I usually tell Coach Alberta, I think that invite for Coach Meresini to come and speak was probably for me. It was meant for me
And this is
because,
after
I've
three
been,
years. Wow.
and in May 2025 when they brought Coach Meresini. By then, Mele was there. Like, you, I think you were there as well when they brought Coach
You know all
Meresini.
their names. You knew all our names.
I know. Yeah, I've been watching. Like,
Let me tell you what you say to me. I remember when we were in the back and we were in the team, and you were like, "I love your Tuesday program." I'm like, "Ah, who's this new lady? Who knows about our Tuesday?" And you were fired up. You're like, "Go team, go team!" So it means you even used to watch us because we used to do
yes,
question and
that,
answer every
correct.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen you all. And I've seen Mele, like, it was Mele also became a business owner. They did, congratulations, all that. I watched it. I saw all
Wow.
that in the background. I even
Yeah.
know the names, but I just couldn't.
You just couldn't bring
Yeah,
yourself.
I
So
couldn't bring
you're
it.
so I'll put context to the people that are watching. And so basically what Susan is saying, her turning point after 3 years was when one of our coaches in our team was invited to do a program with Coach Alberta. And there is something that she shared that really was just a turning point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you just had to click those websites, and you knew you had to take your step.
Yes. Yeah,
Wow.
so when Coach Mereseni came, she, you were asking her question, and her story was, but before, when I was watching Coach Alberta, I mean, not watching, I would say stalking Coach Alberta and Frida, I was going through some health challenges as well.
Oh.
So for me to hear Coach Mereseni come in and, share her story and
Mm.
answering the questions that the team was asking, one of the stories, like what her story was, she had a sick spouse, right? And she was going through, taking care of her spouse at the same time managing her business,
Oh,
seeing
right.
growth. I that
Yeah.
life is very clear in my mind. That life that
Wow.
I watched, it's so
Yeah.
clear as
Yeah.
day. So I remembered her, sharing
Yeah.
that story, and then yet seeing result despite all the challenges that she's going
Mm,
through. She still decided to, you know, step in and do this business, and she
yeah.
is growing. And that kind of like, okay, I'm having health challenges, spending money here and there, and
Mm,
if she can do it, I can do it
mm.
too. And
Wow.
that was the night that I
Mm,
decided to just take that one step and
mm,
registered on my mentor's website. That
mm,
was, yeah, that was, I don't
mm,
know how to explain this. As soon as I got that email towards the webinar, I watched it twice that very night.
mm,
Next day, I watched it again. And then Frida didn't know. No one
mm,
knew. I didn't
mm.
even reach out and
To
message
anyone.
her before. I went
Yeah.
ahead and paid my one-time registration
149.
and went on
Wow.
without them even knowing what I was. It was, yeah,
Yeah.
only when I was going to do the coaching call was only
Mm.
time that I had to come face to face with coach. And that
Yeah.
time, I was,
Oh my
oh my God, just imagine. I was watching her for 3 years, and then the coaching call, she's right there. And I'm looking
Oh my God. But what was the feeling when you met, because you've met Coach Alberta in person? What was the feeling when you met her for the first time in person? Like,
she came to Adelaide.
all
Yeah,
right.
she
Yeah.
came to Adelaide, and she and Mr. Sukaliana came. That was last
Yeah.
month, I guess.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that
yeah,
was the first time
they
you
came
met
to see.
her.
Yeah, and now in Melbourne is the
Oh,
second time that I
all
met Coach. Yeah,
right.
and
Wow.
I was like, yeah, it was when we met. Just it was all screaming, hugging. All that.
Yeah.
I didn't even
Yeah.
go live or do anything because I just wanted that moment to just
To
catch
just,
up, sit down, and hear from
yeah.
her and Mr.
Yeah.
Sukaliana.
So
Yeah,
by
it was like,
now, the trust is there. You believe in what she's sharing and saying, and wow,
yes.
that's really good. That's really good. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, because when
Wow.
I got into the business, went through the pre-coaching call videos, that was the time. I didn't just go and start. I have to do my own research. Like I had to take note and go and, do my own research on the
That's
side.
good.
So
That's good. That's
that's
doing your
why,
due diligence. Yeah.
yeah, that was why I was already set and ready to
Mm,
start my
mm,
business because I already
mm,
did my checks. I already
mm,
proved myself wrong
mm,
because,
mm,
being so skeptical, thinking
mm,
that it's all just lies, and then
mm,
finally, registering, coming in and checking, and then taking
mm,
notes and going and doing my own
mm,
checks.
mm,
And then that gave me the assurance that, okay, this business is legit.
mm,
I am in. This
mm.
auditor will need to take her head off, put that down, and
Wow.
go in and start because,
Start.
yeah,
Wow.
and
And
I am
and you know what, Susan, it's okay because in 2026, 2025, 2026, it is so hard to believe what's real and what's not real. It's
right.
really hard. It is not easy. So well done to you that you took your time, you did your verifications. Um which is, we encourage people to do that. Definitely, we
Yep.
always talk about due diligence.
Yep.
But it's lovely to bring that here on live and actually share, because somebody can actually resonate with you right now who is still stalking us. um,
Another skeptical Susan.
Another skeptical Susan. I'm sorry to have cut you off. I know you wanted to share something there. Sorry about
No,
that.
no, 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 no. That was it.
That was it.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
Wow. And here you are today, in April of 2026. And I heard you sharing on one of your lives. I love following you. You're a spirit to follow. And was it today? It was, or was it the day before yesterday? You were so emotional because you've actually received, your first milestone of your highest pay.
Yeah. When I started this business, um, my thought was, okay, I would just come in, start, get a one-off income, because at that time I had medical appointments due, my specialist appointment. So I was like, as long as I get a one-off income and go for my specialist appointment,
Mm,
then I don't need to worry about this business. You know,
mm,
that's it.
mm,
But as
mm,
soon as I stepped in and I saw, when I became a business owner, within 2 weeks, like I already saw the first financial result.
mm,
So for me, that kind of, gave me the motivation to go on and
mm,
continue with the business as a plan B. But I didn't know that, this is how the business will go. And
mm,
this is how much, like, you are going to get paid. So
mm,
for me, like, I was just going about my daily, like what I planned to do yesterday.
mm,
And one thing about this business is you will not know when you are going to be paid, right?
mm,
You
It's
just,
like a boom.
yeah,
Yes.
boom, you get an email.
Mm,
So I was
mm,
out and about in the shop, and then I received an email notification. So I decided to go and check. So when I went,
mm,
oh, it was a remittance advice of my
mm,
online business. So
mm,
I decided to open it, and I was like, this is not something I expected, because for
mm.
me, it's like I want to get a one-off payment. But when I saw that there is a long-term opportunity in the business, I decided to, work on it as my plan B. But I didn't know and I didn't expect something like this.
Mm,
And yesterday, yeah, I got so emotional because being skeptical 3 years, questioning everything I was seeing, and
mm,
then coming, like finally making the decision to start. When I first started, I had regrets. Like,
mm,
why did I waste the 3 years? The 3 years were lost opportunities, but I'm thankful that I started. So I'm
mm,
hoping that, my story can inspire someone out there and say they don't need to delay that long,
mm,
like me. So yeah,
mm.
I was out at the shop and I got that notification. I couldn't contain my emotion, because when it comes to this business, I usually say it is a journey to my double blessing. This business has changed
Wow.
everything about me. So I
Mm,
had to just come and just say thank you in the room. And then I just decided to make that live, just to, you
mm.
know, appreciate and show that this business is real.
Re-
It's not about the money that was paid to
mm,
me. For me, because I have a full-time job. So
mm.
for me, just to know this is real after being
Real.
skeptical for three
I hear
years,
you. I hear
like
you.
this is something that, like,
Mm,
if only,
mm,
I took the step 3 years
mm,
ago, I don't know where I would be, but probably, everything happens for a reason. So
mm,
it has happens in its own timing. So
mm,
probably May 2025 was my time to
mm,
start, so that my
mm.
story could actually, like, being skeptical, if there's any skeptical Susan out there, will resonate with my story.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah, sis, yesterday was, something I didn't expect in this business when I started.
Mm,
But that is definitely a motivation to keep going,
yes.
because I've
Yes.
seen the result myself, being
Mm,
from skeptical to finally, seeing the results that I am
mm,
seeing. And, I
mm.
think, like I told you before we come on live, I said, I think now I am ready to confidently talk about this business. Like when you interviewed me the first time, I was not in that space at that time. I was not that confident. But
Mm.
now, seeing the results, being in the business for 10 months only, and I can confidently, come and talk about this business in the live. Yeah.
My
Thank
God. Wow. Honestly, can I just say, even when I interviewed you last time, you did extremely well, and your excitement then was, you just started 2 weeks and boom, you're seeing something. And I want to actually take this opportunity to explain to our audience that, in this business, guys, we do what you call we do high ticket products.
Yeah.
So equally, our commissions that we get are high ticket commissions. So it's not just your ordinary $50, $100, 500. It's a high ticket commission that you get. And that's why she's just emotional
Yeah.
about it, because that's what this business is about. It's worth you actually investing, because the returns will actually replace the money that you're
Mm.
earning. So, and even more and exceed. So
Yeah.
that's why she's so emotional about it. Wow. And of course, last month, Susan, another
Yes.
milestone is the business itself took you on an international travel to Fiji.
Correct.
Wow. Look at you, girl. You are just, I don't know what's happening. You are doing so well. You're flying. You're flying. How was that? How was the trip to Fiji?
When I saw the, information came out that there was going to be an event in Fiji. And Fiji, I would say, has a special place in my story of starting this online business, right? Because
Wow.
Coach Mereseni is from Fiji and she came on that
All
live, right?
right.
And
Wow.
she was
No wonder
one,
you had to go. Right. I'm with you. I'm with you.
and she
Yeah.
was one of the speakers
Oh
on
wow.
that. Like when I saw the flyer, like she was one of the speakers. So I quickly reached out to my mentor, Frida, and I said, "Oh, I saw this and I really want to go." And she said, "Let's
Yeah.
do it." I don't know, she's going to watch this. Um, yeah, she is my strongest support system in this business. And I am truly grateful to be, you know, um, working with her, being her mentee. The support is so, yeah. So when I reached out, she said, let's do it. And I'm
Oh.
like, okay, so let's do it. So I got, yeah,
Mm.
we planned and then we went. For me, there were two things that I really wanted to get out from that event. Firstly, I wanted to meet Coach Mereseni in person. And I want to tell her my story. I want to tell her that, I was skeptical for 3 years, but your
Yeah.
story changed all that I had in
My
mind.
God.
So I managed to do that when she came, and I was like, oh, that's Coach Meresini. And Sister Frida said, go and see her, tell her your story. And I'm like, oh, Frida said, be brave, go. So I went to Coach Meresini. I told her, Coach Meresini, this is me, like briefly. And, it was all emotions, talking to her, having tears, like,
Ah.
yeah, so finally meeting Coach Mereseni, telling him my story. That was the first thing. The other thing was like, being new in the business, just
Mm,
10 months. Like at that time, it was 9 going towards 10.
mm.
Um, I wanted to know what I can pick out from that event. Like,
Of
what is it
course.
that is there for me?
Takeaway
Like,
point. Yeah.
not everything is for me, but what is
Yes.
something that I can
Oh,
pick out
wow.
from
Oh,
that
I love
event?
that. I love that
So,
spirit.
yeah. So
Mm,
for me, listening to the speakers, and one of the things that, Coach Mary Sini mentioned about, you must know why you started this business, right? And then I'm trying to reflect, okay, why did I start? Because,
mm,
there's a reason why I started.
mm,
And that was one of them. And the other one, we had speakers, they are successful, they are leaders, in our business community who came
mm,
on that event and spoke or did a presentation. One thing that they said was, they were once like us. they started somewhere. They didn't just sleep, wake up, and overnight and they're already successful. No,
Mm.
they started from somewhere, exactly where
Yeah.
we are now,
Yeah.
and they built.
Yes.
Everything that we do in this business is progress. It's
Yes.
slowly
Mm.
and grow. So for me, that was, something that I picked out from
Mm.
that experience. And I'm like, okay, if they were once like me and then later they became successful in their business, okay,
Mm.
they are the
Mm.
inspiration. They are people that we can look up to and say, okay, if they've done it, I can do
Mm.
it too. So I came back with that motivation, with that inspiration, and I was like, okay, they've done it. Coach Alberta can do it. I can do it.
Mm.
These people who came and presented in that Fiji event have done it.
Mm.
I can do
Mm.
it too. So
Yeah.
that is my motivation. That is what I came back with from Fiji.
Yes.
And I am so, yes, so thankful that, I got to attend that event and came back with something for my personal growth in
Motivation for your,
yeah,
yes,
yes,
yes, to
yeah,
keep you going. Very
yes,
important to plug into these events. I so
yeah,
hear you.
yes,
We have another event that will be coming, and this one will even be bigger because the
yes,
founders of, of our program will be here, and it's for their
yes.
first time flying into Australia. That's in November
Oh, okay,
in Gold Coast. You're coming in Gold
yes.
Coast?
Oh, yes, I will, but I didn't know it will be their first time coming to Australia.
Yeah, for the
Oh,
gather and grow in Australia. Yes, it's the first time.
oh, okay, wow.
It's
Oh,
Australia has grown that much. It's worth it for them to come. It's worth it.
right,
It's like everybody is pushing that, you know what? You need to come to Australia because it's
yes,
happening. And that's how the business has grown. And let me just let our audience know. So, guys, our business has been around for 10 years now. It obviously started in America. That's where our founders are, but it's a global business. It's grown so much that we're all over the world. And so far, in our private community group, we are just over 200,000 from all over the world.
yeah,
So all these countries, Canada, America, Australia, all these countries, we are really growing. We are a force to be reckoned with, I think. Even in Africa, now this business, it's only now, I would say in the recent last 5 years or so, that's when the business started to penetrate in our African community. And it's
mm,
doing particularly very well in the Eastern Western African community. They have just, man,
oh, yes,
they have taken it over. From what I know is, in at the moment in Nigeria, the business is in so much in demand that they now have a head office in Nigeria.
mm,
They have a head office there. So we want to continue to, raise awareness. We wanted to spread in the southern part of Africa. People don't know the gold mine, the opportunity that
yep,
they have in this business. And this is the reason why we are always creating awareness, guys, and we are always trying to come on and to let you know that there is something there
yeah,
for you to start. All it takes is just you to actually start, and yeah, you'll see it for yourself. Okay, so let's move on as we're going to be rounding up the program, Susan. Let's
yes.
talk about your goals. Let's talk about your vision for the business. So here you are, 10 months. What are you seeing for the future? Especially after this week's, pay.
Yes. Yeah, for me, it's all about telling my story because
Yeah.
my story is what will inspire. Um, I cannot tell another person's story when it comes
Yeah.
to my business. So for me,
Mm.
because being skeptical, starting the business, seeing results in a short space of time is my story. So for me, in the
That's
next
it.
probably few months before, reaching the 1 year,
Mm.
I just want to tell my story. I just want to continue and educate my followers and viewers. I want them to know that this business, if I have been skeptical for 3 years and finally starting the business, seeing the results, I hope my story can inspire them. So the next few months, I would say I just want to continue telling my story, telling them this business is real. I have seen results. And hopefully my story inspires them. And what happens, after 1 year, this is something that I can't, say at the moment, but I
Wow,
am
wow.
confident that
Yes.
some months down, I can continue to inspire others to,
Yes.
check it out. The only thing is check this business. You will not know if you're just watching behind the scene.
Yeah.
Like me, I wasted my 3 years just stalking and I didn't check. And then
Yeah.
now I am here seeing results,
Yeah.
what this business has done for me. And yeah, so continue telling my story for the next few months. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I love that. So, skeptical Susan's, this is what Susan is saying. This is her purpose and this is her mission to reach out to you, to warm your heart, touch your heart, and, through God's power, pass on that inspiration that this is a legacy that you can actually leave for your families, for your children, um, and we have a lot of skeptical Susans out there in your home country, in Papua New Guinea, and they're
Yes.
watching us right now. Speak to
Yes.
them in your language. Say something to them as we close.
Thank you, Sister Rijeko. Yeah, me sabe planty line. Even all Pacific Islanders do speak Pidgin, so they will understand. Some, I mean, not all Pacific Islanders. There's some countries. If suppose come na check him this la business, you ba no napsave. You ba one kind of semi triple Christmas. Me sit down to sol na me oklo watch him mentor na coach blow me. Misa gonna spy law business page blow tupla. So suppose maybe in taking this last step na me go register or this la website blow one blow tupla. Long time me ba starting this la business business. But me delay him 3 years start going and now me look him, me go in and me check him, walk find him out do me. Now me starting this la business, lo short plan time ya 10 plan moon, me look him blessing after blessing. Lo personal life lo me, na lo financial side too. So suppose you want to walk lo looking or watching me plus stop. Good plan lo you check him out. By me talk English too, I know there are some of my colleagues or some people who are also watching this. So
Yeah.
if you are just watching me from behind the scene, you will not even know what this business is. We offer free information and we offer the refundable registration fee for you
Yeah.
to just check. That is all you need to do. Just check it first before you come to any conclusions. So if you're someone watching out there, even in PNG, in the Pacific Islands, or even in Australia, my encouragement is don't be like Susan. Because by the time you decide to take action and you realize that this is a legitimate business, you might regret like me, wasted the 3 years. So it's good to check. Our business is legit. And the best thing that we can do in our business is we are offering you the free information sessions like webinar. Once
Yeah.
you watch the webinar, go pay your one-time registration, which is refundable, 100% refundable. Go
Yeah.
in and check. If it is
Yeah.
not for you, ask for refund, and that's it. But if it's
Yeah.
something that you can do, by all means, start your business and let's, grow together in this business,
Yeah.
in this
That's
community.
right.
Yeah. So don't be like skeptical, Suzanne. My story, hopefully my story can inspire you. Take action and check. Check, check, check. Check it first. That's it.
Wow. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it for yourself on this show. Her truly, truly, the queen of skepticism was here. talking to you. From me and Queen Skeptical Susan, it's a good night. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.